With the sea of bad remakes and sequels spreading like a swarm of locusts feasting on childhood memories, it is refreshing to come across one that doesn't feel like my brain is being harvested through a tiny eco-friendly straw. I mean, Hollywood wouldn't be caught dead using any plastic. That would be scandalous. Cobra Kai flew largely under the radar when it was first released as a YouTube Red exclusive. Then, after Netflix sifted through the ruins of YouTube Premium like Indiana Jones searching for the lost city of relevance, it resurfaced to massive applause and appreciation. Well deserved, I might add. Cobra Kai is the unasked for sequel to The Karate Kid. No, not that utter abomination. The 1984 version, responsible for the explosion of strip mall dojos and ass kickings, because some little kid thought they could fight after breaking a single piece of particle board. If you haven't seen the original, you should. Just remember, practicing your crane technique won't actually save you in a fight. Alright, here's my ultra quick overview of The Karate Kid in one breath or less. The Karate Kid follows Daniel, a New Jersey kid that moved to California with his mother. After he struggles to fit in and hits on the wrong girl, he finds himself fighting with Johnny. This leads to a few ass kickings and learning karate from Mr. Miyagi, where the movie concludes at a karate tournament and showdown between Daniel and Johnny. At the very end, they need to get Johnny a body bag.
Get him a body bag! Yeah!
Anyway, the sequel takes place 3 decades after Johnny's humiliating defeat and shows us what happened to their lives. Unlike most sequels and remakes that completely miss the entire point of the original, Cobra Kai gives us a fresh perspective and follows Johnny. This is what impressed me initially about the show. The once affluent Johnny has spiraled into a pit of self-loathing reserved for newly divorced men living in roach-infested motels. Whereas the once poor Daniel has taken Mr. Miyagi's teaching and become a successful entrepreneur. Both of their life paths make complete sense. Cobra Kai does a fantastic job flipping the 80s bully trope on its head and embraces the internet fan theory that Johnny wasn't the actual bad guy. It recontextualizes the events of the movie from Johnny's perspective and quickly makes the viewer sympathize with him.
At the Halloween dance, I'm sitting there minding my own business. He douses me with a water hose. Haven't seen the guy in months. He turns a water hose on my head.
In the era of safe spaces and wokeness, forced on us like Hollywood's preparing a turkey dinner with our throats, Cobra Kai pulls no punches. It doesn't handle the viewers with kid gloves. Instead, it blazes forward without apologies, making for some exceptionally funny moments.
Are you one of those challenged kids?
The doctor said I could be on the spectrum.
I don't know what that is, but get off it pronto, all right?
The crux of the show is relationships, at least in the first season. The first being Miguel and Johnny, the second being Daniel and Robbie. So let's start with Johnny. A rather unfortunate event sets the stage for Johnny and Daniel to meet once again, which also convinces Johnny to open a dojo and teach karate. Johnny and Miguel first meet when Miguel is faced with a very similar situation as Daniel was in the first Karate Kid. A group of teenagers are picking on him, and unable to fight back, he gets humiliated. While Johnny pulls a reluctant Mr. Miyagi and jumps in to save the day, or save his car from getting dinged up from a fight. Maybe a bit of both. Johnny isn't a typical hero, he's just a guy trying to get by. Anyways, Miguel is in awe and begs to be taught how to fight so he doesn't get beat up again.
All right, you want my advice? Stop being so annoying. Maybe you'll stop getting your ass kicked.
Both help each other to become better people. I mean, Johnny's an asshole, but he's our asshole. His harsh method of teaching proves to be exactly what the soft, safe space generation needs. There's an unforgettable moment where Johnny rips into a kid with a hair lip. It is borderline insensitive, but the lesson concealed in the prickly message resonates with the kid.
Please change the topic.
You don't think I want to? It's tough when it's right in front of me. If you want to be something other than a nerd with a scar on his lip, then you gotta flip the script, okay? Like, get a face tattoo.
Lip transforms into Hawk, a total badass that flips the script. The viewer forgets his minor disfigurement and buys into the character's newfound confidence.
Doesn't matter if you're a loser, or a nerd, or a freak. All that matters is that you become badass.
On the flip side, we have Daniel find out that Johnny opened Cobra Kai and channels his inner bully to destroy the dojo. It's almost as if he has forgotten Mr. Miyagi's teaching and become too cocky. He lost his humility, which is believable. He becomes a big shot and forgets the hardships of the life he came from. This leads Daniel to seek balance, but he still fails to see that he lost his way. He ends up trying to start his own competing dojo and takes Robbie, Johnny's son, under his wing. Cobra Kai, the series, shows us the parallels of the two extreme perspectives. It doesn't offer an easy answer to what is better. For a kid like Lit before he became Hawk, the pacifist approach would never help his confidence. But the channeled aggression wouldn't help Robbie. He needs inner peace. There are benefits to both, but each is incomplete. Like peanut butter without jelly, or Ghostbusters without competent writers.
And here we go!
I guess she's not bending her knees enough, right?
The two rivalries intensify, and it leads to a showdown at another All-Valley Karate tournament. Here, we begin to see the flaws in the Cobra Kai's method of strike first, strike hard, no mercy. There's unrestrained aggression that leads to a less than savory behavior by Cobra Kai.
What am I supposed to do, be a pussy?
Very similar to Kreese's actions in The Karate Kid. The parallels between The Karate Kid and Cobra Kai are obvious. The way the show is able to incorporate the past and at the same time make this show feel fresh and feel new is exceptional. There's a few franchises that should take notes.
We were just talking about you. Everybody hates you. Congratulations.
The first season is damn near perfect, but a few episodes into season 2, and I think the writer took a mule kick to the head.
Get him a body bag! Yeah!
The beginning is strong, then we are dropped into a sea of angsty teen hormones and melodrama that belong on the CW. Thankfully, it picks up near the end when I'm assuming the writer's head injury has properly healed. Now don't get me wrong, Season 2 is still good, it just isn't on par with Season 1. And it's still better than most current shows. See, in Season 2, the show moved its focus from the core relationships to awkward teen interactions and karate. Kreese is even back, stirring up conflict and undermining Johnny, which is a nice addition. Cobra Kai left the show on such a surprising cliffhanger that made the season's duller moments worthwhile. I'm hesitant to even call it a cliffhanger because we are given resolution. We know what happens. It isn't pulling some Walking Dead stunt with an artificial climax that leaves us hanging. So it might be better to say we are left with a pure desire to see what happens next. If Season 3 can come back with the same tenacity and writing in Season 1 and keep the big moments of Season 2, we will be in for a treat. But now that Netflix bought the show, my main worry is they will defang the Cobra and inject it with identity politics, turning it into Garden Snake Kai. We've seen this happen with increasing frequency from Netflix, but when it doesn't shoehorn in some sort of narrative, we get truly amazing storytelling. If Cobra Kai loses its edge, the series just won't be the same. It's hard to see how the show could remain funny if it worries about what Twitter group will be offended. I mean, the impact of Hawk's transformation would be diminished if the way it was set up was pacified and neutered. Johnny wouldn't be an endearing asshole anymore.
Did you just flinch, Virgin?
I don't even know what would happen to Kreese. It'd probably turn out that he dodged the Vietnam War and ran off to some hippie commune. Either way, this is pointless speculation, and I can't wait for Season 3 to arrive. So if you're looking for a good show to watch, check out Cobra Kai. I give it 8.5 out of 10 illegal kicks to the head. Season 1 gets 9. Alright, if you liked that video, smash the like button, subscribe, and share it. It helps out a lot.